What's up, y'all? I'm Big Fred, and we're back with some fresh off the clock. Um, so I know why you're all here. Before we get this party started, we do have a very important message from our sponsor. Big shout out to Culture Grill and Cantina, now in Bluefield, Virginia, located at 504 Commerce Drive, Bluefield, Virginia. It is Tuesday. That means Taco Tuesday. So on Tuesdays, which is today, you can go in there and grab yourself either a beef or chicken taco for only $1.50. So go eat to your heart's content. We are back this week with some fresh off the clock, and this week's guest is getting pretty close to home, man. We bring you the Chief Operating Officer of West Virginia's Trust Fund for the NIL Country Roads Trust, Stephen Ford.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. I just kind of telling people who you are and what you do.
Yeah, so we're Country Roads Trust. I oversee daily operations, fundraising, athlete management, all of that. For West Virginia's Name, Image, and Likeness Collective. We've been operating now for about 2.5 years. So January of 2022 is when we launched. I can't believe it was 2.5 years ago. It seems like yesterday. Time flies by fast. We've done everything under the sun to help out our beloved WVU, not just football, men's basketball, but all sports. And we've seen a lot of those teams succeed. Obviously, it doesn't go unnoticed with what Ren Baker's been able to do at WVU, and then the respective coaches. They led the teams to places we'd never been before. Look at baseball, look at men's soccer. Rifle had another great year, and football obviously getting 9 wins. But we help facilitate name, image, and likeness opportunities for the student athletes here to help us stay ahead when it comes to the this crazy world of name, image, and likeness. We still got a long way to go, and I think with all these changes coming up, we're going to be well prepared. But it's been a crazy 2.5 years. But yeah, and we're looking forward to a really good 24-25 school year. Start with football, not to mention women's soccer, men's soccer, all the other fall sports. But really excited about football coming up on August 31st.
Yes, sir. Hey, shout out to my man Sean Martin. We're based in the Bluefield, Bentley, Princeton towns, and Sean Martin, man, up there doing his thing. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it was 5 baseball players just got drafted, correct?
Yeah, 5 5 guys, all really, really talented kids, really, really good kids, even better kids than they are baseball players. But we knew we had talent. That just goes to show what Coach Saban's been able to do on the recruiting trail. Same with all the other assistant coaches, but man, they've truly put together a fantastic program. And hats off to Coach Randy Mazey. He had an incredible career. We're so proud of how he's led this program, especially in his last year, taking us to places we've never been before. So I know that he loves the Mountaineers, and he's given them everything that they want, everything that he could offer. But I can't say enough about that program and those 5 guys that were drafted, starting with JJ. We still got a name or 2 that are still considering their options on coming back or not. I won't say who, but we're excited about where the program is headed, and it just goes to show that you can bring talent to West Virginia.
Yes, sir. Now, obviously, you have your job and you have your position, but at heart, right, just a good old WVU fan. How cool has it been just to be hands on with these young men and these young women, helping them really just capitalize on any opportunity that they do get.
Yeah, I sometimes look at the kids from two different lenses, right? From the professional lens, because you got to treat every day like it's a business, but you always got to understand that these are just kids. And I look at them from the personal side that as if they were my children. How would they want to be handled? What kind of opportunities would I want for my own son or my own daughter? And it's good to see. I'm going into my 10th football season. Connected with athletics at WVU, and so I've got a strong love for the university and for the state. So it's been pretty interesting to grow with the kids. Especially the ones that came here a couple years ago, right when we were first getting started, and to see the young men and women that they've turned into now. So yeah, it's special to me. And again, we treat them all as with respect. They've got a business to run just as we do. So we respect them, they respect us, and but again, I treat them like I would my own children. But it's just been fun to do it for the Mountaineers, especially given how long I've been connected with the programs.
Yes, sir. Now, you yourself, you graduated from Middle Tennessee State. You did end up working directly with the University of Mountaineer Properties in 2015 as the senior manager of business development. Um, did you kind of use those experiences there as a foundation for what you do now?
Yeah, so I spent a decade with Learfield, IMG College, um, and before I came onto the trust, I was on their local property, Mountaineer Sports Properties at WVU. But yeah, I've learned a lot from my time there. Even going back to the Air Force Academy, I've met a lot of good folks over at that organization, and yeah, I was able to build a foundation. Starting out here, obviously, all of the folks that I've worked with over the years, on the corporate partnership side and the donor side. Um, so I wouldn't say it was a true stepping into NIL and everything being the same, because it wasn't. Um, it's so much different when it comes to the NIL side, but you're still talking to the same folks. You're still talking about WVU sports and basketball and football, and finding ways to get folks involved. And that's truly the only thing we're here to do is to talk to folks about getting involved with their business. Personally, if they want to help some athletes out, we've got some different platforms and benefits. We've got our memberships, but truly, coming over from IMG and Learfield, it wasn't just a stepping out of one door and into the next and getting kicked off right away, but used the connections that I had, that Rolodex, and yeah, it's been a good transition.
As a fan of sports itself, what have been some of the highlights that this journey's been able to bring you?
No, are you talking about like just pure sports moments that associated with WVU?
It can be, I mean, just really anything that when you sit down and look back, you're like, man, that brought me this, and I'll never forget it.
I think about it all the time, and I've got a 4-year-old son that um, I've been able to um, have these experiences with, where he's coming to football games, going to basketball games. I mean, the kid's been to more football games in 4 years than probably most people have in their entire lives, and he's very fortunate for that, right? Like, but he's been able to experience all that, being down on the field, being at tailgates, um, just giving him that game day atmosphere. I'll never forget it. I know he won't remember it, but hopefully that one day when he gets a little bit older, he'll remember those times. But that's something that I won't ever forget. These times with him at the stadium with my family. That's what it's all about, right? So I don't have like one moment in sports, besides being able to go to some pretty awesome games, home and away, bowl games. The ones that the moments that stick out the most are the ones with the family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, previously, you did touch up on how we as people and patrons might be able to help out a few of the kids too. Kind of tell us on somehow we can do our part. You did mention memberships, right?
That's right. So we're actually in the midst of just kind of revamping our memberships. We've taken some time to just kind of look at the big picture of exactly what our membership is and what we want it to be. So we've got a lot coming coming down the pipe there. I think everybody will be excited about. But memberships is truly how anybody can get involved, right? Johnny in Tulsa, Oklahoma, or Robert out in California. I'm just to name a couple of folks that we've got members from every single state in the country: Hawaii, Alaska, Wyoming, Maine. So we've got folks all over. It's about spreading the word, right? Uh, so I think that you know over the last 2.5 years, organically we have done a great job. Um, it's about getting foot soldiers on the ground in all these different areas around the country, right? All you got to do is talk about it. It's not going to cost $1 million to get involved. We've got levels as low as $18.67 a month, $30, 100, whatever anybody can do. There's some benefits that come with it. But look, you can earmark your dollars to go to any sport you like. Whether you can want it can go to to gymnastics if you so choose, and we'll do NIL opportunities with those student athletes. But it's how we're going to stay ahead. I think it's with the changing landscape, the cost of every year that goes by, the cost of business goes up, right? And then when I mean the cost of business goes up, the the payrolls grow higher, and either you're raising money, either you're having 30, 40, 50, 60% increase in revenue year over year, every single year, or you're trying to find new ways to grow your revenue. The memberships is so important because it's a power of numbers. If I've got 10,000 people at $18.67 a month, that's incredible. But we also do the partnerships with School Dog and Bourbon, with Big Timber and beer. We have some other things coming down the pipeline. Just unique partnerships where we can grow revenue from the licensing side. But I can't stress enough how important our memberships are, and I think everybody's going to be excited about us rolling out what it's going to look like here before the football season. But I'm excited to announce that here soon.
Yes, sir. And we will actually have a link for the website in the comments below. So if anyone would be interested in possibly joining that, you can just go there, read up on it. I know us as at Fresh Off the Clock, once we kind of looked into it ourselves, we do plan to join as well. Because I mean, why not be a part of history, right? Doesn't get much better than that. And you did brush up on my very next question. 1863 West Virginia Gold Bourbon. Tell us some about that.
Well, I am a bourbon guy. Not to say I'm not a beer guy, and I love our guys at Big Timber. Um, and I'll drink a lager any day of the week. But the but the bourbon partnership was pretty special to me. Growing up in Tennessee, an hour from Lynchburg, where the sour mash from Jack Daniels, was distilled, and so I've got a whiskey / bourbon background, and so this one was super special. The first one that came out, the first edition that came out, the West Virginia Gold, very very unique, very strong, spicy, just the way I like it. The Take Me Home that just came out, very very smooth finish. It's got the maple cask finish, not overpowering, right? And then the new release, Place I Belong, which will end up the first series in the entire 1863 brand. So we've got 3 series that we're going to be releasing. This first one, Place I Belong, is going to finish up that first series, and it's going to be incredible. Our partnership with them has been something that I never thought it would become. Brad, Brooke, Kim, all incredibly smart folks over there. I've actually got some 1863 sitting right over here on my bar. Um, but if you haven't gone out and tried it, either because it's sold out or you're saving it, I recommend trying to get your hands on this next release coming up here in a couple weeks.
Yes, hey, just in time for the tailgate, man. Because what I know, Morgantown's gonna be rocking this year. And now also
Oh, yeah.
for all of my beer guys too, the Country Roads Trust Lager. Tell us something about that, and maybe tell them where they can find it at.
Yeah. So, and just a tidbit, and we were going to announce also right before the football season, but we're about to release 9 packs. So right now you can buy them in 4 packs. So the 9 packs will be equivalent to a 12 pack. Everybody's hearing it here first. The boxes that it's coming in is actually really cool. Shout out to Wheelhouse for working on the or doing the artwork. But that should be in stores here. I would say right before football season, and not a day later. But yeah, you'll be able to find the 9 pack anywhere where you're able to find the 4 pack. But beer sales have gone really well. We're in the midst of talking about renewing our second year with them, so we're going to run another year with Big Timber, and I'm truly excited.
Hey, nothing goes together like Mountaineer football and a good beer every time, man. Two peas in a pod.
Oh yeah.
Now, my last question, and for one, we definitely just appreciate you taking the time with us and kind of diving into some of the behind the scenes. I do want to get behind the scenes here. Now, just kind of walk us through. Now, people like me, we're not just so much educated on NIL and how it works. Do businesses just kind of approach y'all and they're like, hey, we want to sponsor this kid? Or kind of what's that whole process for y'all?
You got a mix. You do have folks that reach out, but I mean, look, we're talking about folks' marketing dollars, right? When budgets get cut, the first thing to go is folks' marketing and advertising budget. So not you don't have a lot of companies reaching out trying to figure out how to spend their money, right? So, um, you know, I use my past relationships and building an even bigger Rolodex in the state. Working with non-supporters of WVU, working with folks out in the Eastern Panhandle with some of the kids that are from that area, so they can promote them within that area because they are all studs in high school out in the Eastern Panhandle. But businesses do reach out, right? And most of them already know what they want, who they want to work with, and what they want to do. So it is easy. But look, just like any other sales organization, you're still going to have to pound pavement, get folks to spend some of their hard-earned money using the WVU student athletes to promote their brand, services, product. Um, and we also have memberships for businesses, so that they can get that write-off, so that they can receive tickets to entertain clients. So it's not just us doing Garrett Green or CJ Donaldson's face on a commercial on TV, right? There's different ways we can get businesses involved, but yeah, but I would say it's a mix of both. But just like any other sales organization, we still got to make the calls and pound pavement.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Stephen, I appreciate your time. You have any last words for the people you want to leave them something with?
Yeah, you can find more out about the trust, countryroadstrust.com. Like I said, we're going to be we're relaunching, our new memberships. I think everybody's going to be excited about it. Look, go Mountaineers. so excited about everything that's been happening this summer, especially with the football program, women's basketball. So, look, it's all about the kids, right? And not to be biased, I think it all starts with us, and putting together the best programs that we possibly can. So everybody's happy. I think when the Mountaineers are doing well, they're doing happy. So find out more again about us at countryroadstrust.com, and can't wait to talk to y'all soon.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'll go ahead and toss this out. Sorry, Cody, who's my co-host. First 10 people after this interview is aired, go join the Country Roads Trust. You send us a screenshot to our Facebook page with your mailing address, and we will get you a fresh off the clock shirt put in the mail on us for sure. Hey, go here, baby. Let's go, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Stephen. I appreciate your time, man, and this was a joy, man. For real, appreciate you.
You got it. I appreciate you.